another guy playing with house money later in the show, but Andy Reid, he's won 5 straight openers. But Bill O'Brien, head coach of the Texans, he's lost 3 straight openers. The other thing we have to remember is this. The last time we saw Bill O'Brien coaching, he put a little question in our head. Is he an idiot? he made me wonder. Whoa. And so now the question on the floor is either this. Either Bill O'Brien is an idiot or Emmanuel Acho is an idiot. And I hope that I am an idiot because here's what happened. Remember the last time we saw Bill O'Brien and the Texans in the playoffs? It's 21-0. You were surprising the world. You're up on the Chiefs. Go for gold. It's 4th and 1 at the 13-yard line. And Bill O'Brien, you choose to kick a field goal. Okay, I'm not tripping. You really should have gone for the jugular. But then later on, the Chiefs score. Now it's 4th and 4. It's your own 31. And now you want to run a fake? Now you're ballsy all of a sudden? Now you got courage? So Bill O'Brien, right then, you proved to be an idiot. Okay, fast forward to the offseason. You got a superstar quarterback. You have a superstar receiver. Now you just have a superstar quarterback because you traded your superstar receiver. So again, I'm like, Bill O'Brien, you're either an idiot or you're a genius. But it can't be both of them. So now, opening night, Chiefs, Texans. We about to find out everything. Because I'm looking at Bill O'Brien, and I'm like, wait a second. You traded away arguably the best receiver in football.
Got paid.
You kicked a field goal the last time we saw you in the biggest game at your career at that moment because you're the head coach now in the playoffs in a huge-time game. You kicked the field goal on 4th and 1 at the 13-yard line of the Chiefs, but then later in the game on 4th and 4 at your own 31, you run a fake. You have to make it make sense. Bill O'Brien, to me, has never made it make sense. He's absolutely under more pressure because you just paid Deshaun. You're the head coach who has everybody questioning your intelligence. So I want to find out, am I an idiot? Because hopefully I am, because I want to see Deshaun Watson, the Texans, and Bill O'Brien get right.
A lot of idiots around
here. There's a lot. There's 1 or 2. There's 1 or 2.
Yo, it's the Chiefs under more pressure. 1, pressure is linked to expectations, and the expectations are greater for the Chiefs, so they're under more pressure. 2, you made a very strong argument to the contrary, but your argument is actually stronger for me and the Chiefs than it were for you and the Texans. 1, let's just be real. The Chiefs, your quarterback is supposed to be better. Your team's supposed to be better.
That's fair.
But you even brought up and highlighted last year during the regular season, who won the matchup? Oh, the Texans did. Oh, in the playoffs, who was up 24-0? The Texans did. So if you're going to come back and now start this dynasty, I think there's some pressure that you can at least, 1, beat the team that shouldn't even make the playoffs this year because there's no DeAndre Hopkins, because there's too many question marks and too many retreads on that roster. So if you're the Chiefs, you have to answer the questions of, can we beat the Texans? Yeah, we can, we know. But can we make it look easy since we're dynastic? 2, there's no Super Bowl hangover. Guys out there saying, forget Michael Jordan, Chris Jones, Tyreek Hill. We are on a mission for a dynasty. If you can't handle business against the Houston Texans, supposedly not a playoff team this year, how in the hell are you going to continue to talk about dynasty? And the last narrative I want to continue to keep alive. And we're hearing it. There's some whispers of the barely won. You barely won. Like, I'm not taking anything away from a champion because I'm not. But down 10, down 24, and down 10 in 4th quarter of the Super Bowl to come off of that, say we're going to be better than Jordan and be a dynasty, and you can't beat the Texans? Sounds like pressure to me. Tired of listening to you, Emmanuel, though. Let's bring in another Acho. Emmanuel's big brother, Sam, my man. Sam, who's under the most pressure tonight, Texans or Chiefs?
Settle the score.
Yeah, well, it's good to be on with you all, and I'd love to come on here and say that Emmanuel's an idiot. Right? I'd love to come on here. I'd also love to come on and say that Bill O'Brien is an idiot. But after listening to what you said, Marcellus Wiley, you, my friend, are an idiot. Here's why.
Where'd that come from?
Here, let me just explain. You're talking about a team that was down 24-0 and came back and won. You're talking about a team that was down 10 in the Super Bowl in the 4th quarter and came back and won. Last I checked, I don't care how much I was up or I was down. I care about them W's, right? The W's.
Strong.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are a Super Bowl champion. They have a W. Last I checked as well, Patrick Mahomes feels 0 pressure. Last I checked, this dude was in the pocket getting beat up, left, right, taking jabs, taking punches, and came back and led his team to a Super Bowl victory. Bill O'Brien, on the other hand, in Houston Texans. I don't think they have what it takes. The last times they've been in the playoffs, they have lost, and lost. last I checked as well, and I have to throw this out here because I really would have loved to say that Emmanuel was wrong, but he's right on this one. The last I checked, the division that those Texans are in is a pretty easy division, right? Nobody's worried about the Colts. Nobody's worried about the Texans. Or excuse me, nobody's worried about the Colts. Nobody's worried about the Colts, Texans, the Jags.
Yeah, let me back in this race. Come on.
Nobody's worried about the Titans.
Oh.
We're not worried about them. And so the Texans will win their division. I'm not really worried about that.
Sam, I was giving you the brother pass. You know how Southwest got those buddy passes? You can just bring the homie. I was allowing this to happen, and you came out here and straight came with the Popeye punch. Okay, we got a problem. All right, I'm going to put some pressure on you because I expect you to have earbuds. I mean, look, your butt been playing too long in the league to be coming out here wired up still. That's tough facts. Whenever you want to build something, it starts at the foundation. And confidence is no different than building a house. You got to put the wood down. You got to go out there and every step of the way get ammunition for the confidence. I love Nick Saban when he comes to his teams after all the championships he's won. And he says in his first day meeting, guys, we are not defending a championship for a couple reasons. One, everybody in this room right now wasn't in this room on that championship team last year. But two, don't you dare skip a step in terms of going back to square one in terms of sense of urgency, attention to detail, and let's go out there and play our game. You sound like you're going to be the coach that gets in front of them and say, oh, this team has lost so many times in the playoffs, and you know what? We were down 24 before, and we just came back to beat them. So why even approach it that way? You're coming in with too much Super Bowl equity for a team that's talking dynasty.
Marcellus, what he's coming in with is not Super Bowl equity. It's just Acho intellect. He's coming in, Marcellus, with a degree of understanding that, sir, you have yet to achieve for whatever reason. And here's the thing. Regardless of how you, Marcellus, feel about Mahomes' contract, he still is slated to make $500 million or $500 million. And so when he's coming in, Patrick Mahomes, again, they're playing with house money. But the Texans, they literally have three teams in that division. It's themselves, it's the Colts, and it's the Titans. The Jaguars aren't even playing football this year. Breaking news, they just not, because they really not rolling out a competent roster. And so if the Texans can't win that division, the Texans are in big trouble. But I also think about this, because this is my last point we have to remember. The last time we saw a team lose a 1,000-yard receiver and a 1,000-yard rusher. Only 4 times have we seen teams lose 1,000-yard receiver and rushers in seasons. Last time that happened, the 2014 Eagles. Remember, Chip Kelly gets rid of LaShawn McCoy. Chip Kelly gets rid of, doesn't re-sign Jeremy Maclin. I'm in the locker room at the time. I'm thinking to myself, Chip Kelly's either an evil genius or he is purely evil. Now I'm looking at Bill O'Brien and I'm thinking to myself the same thing. He's either an evil genius or he is purely evil. We're gonna find everything out tonight. That's why I can't wait. But the pressure's on them because it's on the general manager and the head coach who happen to be the same person.
And it's a simple question, right? The question that we're asking is who is under more pressure? Who's under more pressure? The Chiefs feel no pressure. Bill O'Brien and the Texans feel pressure. It's going to come a point, just like what happened when Andy Reid got kicked out of Philadelphia. There's going to come a point where people start to say, man, I like making the playoffs, but I actually want to be in the Super Bowl. Not only that, I want to win a Super Bowl. And so for the Houston Texans to continually win an average division, all right, I understand that. But Bill O'Brien needs to come with more than just winning the division and more than just losing in the playoffs. So there's a lot of pressure that he feels. I don't think Deshaun Watson feels pressure. I'm not on that. I'm on that head coach, and as Emmanuel said, on that general manager who is the same person who's making irrational decisions, getting rid of top players. Now, granted, their roster is still solid. I like their roster, but they have a lot of pressure to perform.
Man, if you don't let go of what the Chiefs did last year and the Texans did last year, and let go of that T-ball trophy, too, right over your left ear. That thing from 91 right there. Respect. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you how this show goes, and it's going to happen tomorrow. If the Texans lose, and they're supposed to lose. If Texans lose, we are not leading the A block with the Texans loss. But if the Chiefs lose, let me tell you what the A block topic will be already. Acho knows because he does it all the time. He's the one that creates them. Oh, is there trouble in Kansas City? That's called pressure, guys, because of the expectations. Good job, Sam. nick me up a little bit. Coming up, Steve Nash took a ton of heat for skipping the line and taking the Nets job. We'll tell you if we like how he's handling the blowback. Next, speak for yourself, going deep.
I'm trying to leave with Daniel Howard.